Hello everyone, welcome back to another Albion Online video, where we are gonna once again mess up Albion's economy. Now, on today's episode, we have found a great goddamn item. This item has been one of the first items I ever crafted actually when I started playing Albion, and it still amazes me to this day that it's still profitable. Now, I won't keep you guys waiting. The item we're going to be crafting today are specter shoes. Now, what are specter shoes exactly? Well, they are a shoe crafted in the Hunter's Lodge, and they basically make you invisible for a couple seconds, costing you mana. Now, to craft these, you'll need two items. The first one being the artifact, which is the inscribed, the ghastly bindings. Apologies. And the second one being leather. Now, you can craft these in 5 different tiers, 4.0, 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, and 4.4. And the beauty of this is they are all profitable. This was such a big surprise because normally this is not what happens on Albion Online. However, for this item, you can craft anything, and I mean anything, and you will make crazy money. So let's jump into the Hunter's Lodge really quick and see let's see it being crafted and seeing how much money we make. We have arrived in the Hunter's Lodge, and let's just craft without focus as per usual the specter shoes. We're gonna start by 4-0. I'm gonna craft 10. 4.1, 10.
Let's get to work.
Don't mind the estimate value going up. Normally, you shouldn't really pay attention to that, but let's finish the
Help
crafting.
yourself.
We are also crafting on limbers, whereas there is a city buff, so there's more return rate.
Of course.
Okay, we have finished crafting, and let's jump really quick into the market and see how much money we make on each single shoe, and then extrapolate a little bit on how many or how much you can make per month. Okay, now that we are on the market, let's see how much we sell each shoe for. Now the 4.0s, they're selling for 61,000. 61,000. The 4.1s are selling for 62,000 actually. Let's make it 62,000. The 4.2s are selling for 66,000. And the 4.3s are selling for 128,000. Now, let's go to the island really quick and do some math.
I can get you anywhere.
Okay, we are back on the island, and let's do some numbers really quick. So let's start off by going over every single leather. So the 4.0 costed us 230 per unit. The 4.1 costed us 360. The 4.2 costed us 1500. The 0.3 costed us 8,000. So that means for 8 materials with returns, so for the cost of the leather with returns, for this 4.0 we made, it costed us 1,380. For the 4.1, 2,160. The 0.2, 8,400. And finally the 0.3, 48,000. So this means that if we add 25,000, which is that standard T4 cost of the ghastly binding, which is the artifact needed to craft these, we'll get for each T40 the total cost of production, 26,380, the 4.1, 27,160, the 4.2, 33,400, and finally the 0.3, 73,000. So that means on each shoe 4.0 we are making 34.6 thousand. For each 4.1 we're making 34,840. For each 0.2, 32,600, and for each 0.3, 55,000 silver. So let's imagine you craft only the 0.3s, which you don't need. You can craft all the tiers. So you're making 55,000 on each shoe. Now, if you sell 10 shoes, which, trust me, this item sells a lot. So if you sell 10 shoes per city, that means you're selling 70 shoes every day. If you're making 55,000 on each, that means you're making 4 million silver per day for all cities. Now, if you multiply this by 30, that means it's 115 million silver by just crafting 4.3s. However, if you do the same for all tiers, so 4.0, 4.1, 4.2, which, let's say the average profit, which is let's say it's 33,000. So you would sell the same 10 shoes per city. That's 30 shoes sold per city times 7, which are 7 cities again. So that's 210 shoes sold. Now, if your average profit is 33,000, that means every day you're making 6,930,000 silver. Multiplied by 30 again, which is the whole month, you're making 208 million silver. If you add this to the 115 we're already going to make with the 4.3s, that means you can make